Hey there, hi there, Aries, and welcome to your career reading for the month of September. Okay, so to get started, we're going to take a look here at your current situation, okay? And Awakening Your Inner Magic spread is the one I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be adapting and like shifting a little bit, just adding a little bit more cards into the reading since it is only a 3 card reading. Okay, so your current situation is this Five of Cups energy. Okay, and that is for the month of September. So, Five of Cups, the rabbit and the cups and the blood in the cups pouring out. Okay, so actually, you know what? Hold on 1 second. All right, so Five of Cups. Let's take a look here at the Five of Cups. So your Five of Cups here is sadness. Your current situation is sadness here. The bunny shudders. She sadly looks upon 3 spilled cups from which ruby blood flows. The blood has a life force of its own. 2 cups remain upright. Is your glass half empty or half full? Do you ruminate over what is lost or appreciate what remains? Was the blood poisoned to begin with? Did it require leeching? Will you return to more of what ails you? Your addiction will always be fed as long as you desire it. Will you walk away for good this time? The Five of Cups contains healing medicine if administered wisely. It reflects the challenge of the emotions. It is root issues returning to haunt us. The biggest challenge is thinking we actually are our emotions. Cravings and imaginings are temporal as ocean waves. The bunny has forgotten the wisdom of the magician, who controls the inner experience of life through detachment and observation. Feel the emotional emotion, but do not identify with it. All things will pass. Once a challenge is met, integrated, and completely understood, the experience of life is illuminated with new possibility. Okay. Um, see here, we got the meaning here. An emotional state returns to haunt you. Heal your soul by looking at yourself honestly. Addiction and sadness, depression, inherited cycles of emotional trauma. There is a loss, but only because nothing lasts forever. The present challenge holds an opportunity for you to change old emotional patterns and habits once and for all. Now is your opportunity to change the cycle forever and break free. If you wear sadness, if you wear sadness like a cloak or badge of honor, it will define you. Sadness can define the ego as well as success or peace. Look deeper. What is the payoff of living in addiction? What needs healing? Okay, so September is starting off for you, Aries. I don't know. Yeah, Aries. Um, so with a little bit of sadness, maybe just something in your personal life is affecting your career or maybe vice versa. So that being said, we have temperance here. Temperance is very important to remember because temperance is literally like the angel of like pouring good emotions and good feelings back into your cups. So you are getting, your angel guy here coming in to tell you like don't fret, like don't worry, don't be the sad little bunny, right? That's feeling drained and overwhelmed and exhausted because this situation is a traumatic situation that's affecting your life, and it can affect your life in negative ways if you let it. It can lead to addiction, it can lead to depression, it can lead to all these negative things. So that's why your angel of comfort, your temperance card, is playing a role as your angel of comfort here, and it's coming in to kind of reassure you and give you that warm hug, that warm embrace. Like, don't worry, don't fret. Okay, don't. You might feel like the sad little bunny here, but you're not the sad little bunny. Okay. Um. So that being said, let's see what your magical gift is. We have the Six of Cups. So this is your magical gift. There's the mama bird giving her baby bird a little worm, and the cups are filled with some pretty flowers. These look like moonflowers here. Okay. So this is going to be your magical gift, is this comfort and nurturing. I feel like it's going to come from this card. But Mother Crow. Yeah, this is the Mother Crow. An ancient Indian myth describes the crow that was so obsessed with its own shadow, it pecked and scratched until the shadow came alive. The crow's shadow proceeded to eat the crow. Gaze into the supernatural by looking in the eye of the crow. What requires vision? What seeks to be understood? What wants your attention? A woody nest supports a baby crow who lifts its head to accept the worm from its mother. Six cups balance in the branches of the tree, reflecting the calm emotional balance of the situation. Okay, so um, white moon flowers spring from the cups, repressing manifestation in the material world. Emotional growth and nurturing abound. Simple nurturing gestures of love and caring return to karmic dividends. Kind of like temperance coming in. The angel of comfort is coming in to kind of reassure you, okay, Aries, that you are going to be okay and comfort you like a mother bird nurturing their baby, right? Giving and receiving emotional gifts, a walk down memory lane, fond memories, happy home, feelings of comfort, pleasure, good habits, and inherited traits, smells, songs, and friends reminding you of the past, sensorial experiences bridging you to a happier time. A romanticized past creates an impossible to reach future. Beware of any sentence or thought beginning with the phrase if only or I'll be happy when. Bring yourself into the present moment. Find what you need at your fingertips. Give to others what you wish for yourself. Nurture and care for the broken parts of yourself by caring for others. Open and receive generosity when it appears. Do not be fooled by the trick of the material world. Remember, we all have wings. It is time to spread yours. Okay, so you're obviously going to spread your wings and fly away, right, one day. And you're right now, you might right now be a little bit like, I need a little bit more nurturing. Need a little bit more time before I feel finally free to spread my wings and fly away from home. And that's fine. Take your time, okay? Because you're dealing with, it looks like you're dealing with like a traumatic experience. Like, losing a job is also, that in itself is very traumatizing, especially when it wasn't by your choice. Okay, so it's good to just take your time with it and play your cards right, so to speak. No pun intended. The moon energy is coming in to illuminate and light your way and light your path forward, so you can trust in your intuition and you can, like, it's almost like another sign from the universe that trusting your um, angel guides and your spirit guides are going to lead you toward the right path of enlightenment. And we have the clouds card. I feel like you could be doing a little bit of like daydreaming or wondering, and that's where that like if only or I'll be happy when kind of energy comes in. So be cautious of this energy because you don't want to let it cloud your judgment. Okay, like there's another pun, but I'm just saying, like, you want to be careful of spending too much time daydreaming about if only or when or this could have been or that could have been. It's like, this is what's happening now. This is what's the current situation. So just step into it. Just own it. Just embrace it. Just move forward with it. I don't think there's any other reason to pause or go back to something else because the cards even say, like, don't go back into the past and try to, like, wonder what could have been and romanticize what could have been. This is what's happening now. So just embrace it and move forward with it. Um, yeah, because we do have fulfillment here with romanticism and romantic stuff. And I just find like you might be idolizing or romanticizing, and that could be getting in the way of your focusing on your career goals and dreams a little bit. So, and there's like the Lilith sign here. So if you are into like astrology, more in depth birth chart, Lilith stuff, you could look up your birth chart and see what's going on with your sign of Lilith. I hurt myself by letting you go. Yeah, like somebody here. I feel like this is like a breakup that's affecting your career now. Like it's a personal thing, I think, and it's affecting it's seeping into your career a little bit too much. So you want to take a step back and just be like, that's my breakup is seeping into my career too much. I need to focus on like other things going on in my life other than this breakup. Because if you become too fixated on it, it's going to affect you. So just take it slow and steady because it was a very traumatizing breakup. But um, this person obviously, like, I feel like they let you go. So they're hurting, and that could be why you're feeling sympathy or empathy for them. But like, I don't let your relationships, romantic relationships, affect your career relationships, okay? Because your career relationships are going to be vastly different, right? They're supposed to be very strictly professional. Obviously, the show The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, that kind of blurs the lines a lot. Like, a lot of those shows do blur those lines, but I mean, that will be a relationship video for next time. But let's see how you can use your magical gift of nurturing yourself and loving yourself and caring for yourself. And give to yourself. Give to yourself what you wish for, what you want. And then you can apply that and by this King of Cups. And now the cup is fulfilled here. There's the feminine, ghostly spirit guide energy coming out of the cup for the King of Cups. So you never know, by letting go of this person that hurt you, because they obviously hurt you, you can start to find fulfillment in other places in your life. And that's what the King of Cups, I feel like, is trying to kind of insinuate and remind you, is like, I know that this person broke up with you and hurt you, and you go back and think what could have been, what would have been, blah 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 blah. But just let that all go for a minute and just enjoy the comfort that your spirit guides and your angel guides are trying to show you, and things like that. So King of Cups. Let's take a look at the King of Cups. All right, so the King of Cups is the virtuoso. The King of Cups is the master artist. He makes dreams a reality. He makes wild, ingenuous ideas perfectly palatable for others. He makes wild, ingenuous ideas perfectly palatable for others. He's the mystic and philosopher at the top of his abilities. The king stands before a pool of water, summoning a sensual water goddess. She rises like Venus from the foam. She is misty and vapid, a tempting siren. He brings you to the brink of love and shows you how to reimagine it. He is the dazzling possibility you may not imagine on your own. Meaning, master artist and dreamer, loving attention is showered upon you, a talent for soothing any situation, bringing balance to the equation, diplomatic and affable, an open mind, a careful speaker, one who empowers others after dazzling them with their own potential, drawing on the power of the creative mind and subtle body. Shadow stuff, we have emotionally manipulative, egomaniac, pathological liar, a person able to prey on the emotions of others and create distraction and destruction for their own personal benefit, emotionally immature, giant inequities, masked by false stories and fairness, deep-seated fear and disgust of the self. Okay, so stay wary. I feel like that's your ex that, it's hard for you to focus on your career because your ex is like this emotionally manipulative person, but um, because you need to focus on your career, and this is for the sake of career ratings. So I think for the sake of your career, I would definitely um, I feel like this master artist and dreamer. I don't think this isn't. I'm not saying this is somebody that um is not realistic or real person. But what I am saying is that you should want to be around people who are master artists, who are master dreamers, who love showering you with attention, who a talent for soothing any situation. These are people, or maybe just one person even, that is really bringing you out of that fear that you have of being stuck on the past and being stuck in the Five of Cups situation, because you obviously been hurt and you obviously feel like your career isn't worthy of attention or worthy of validation, but it very much is. And I feel like because you're a very special person with your own unique talents and skills, you're going to find people who are also equally talented and skilled as you, and even people who've mastered it in such a level and way that now it's they're a level above, right? Or something that you aspire to be, or you draw inspiration from or wisdom from. And I feel like for you, that's really important right now for September, is focusing on that and not focusing on your ex, even though your ex is I hurt myself by letting you go. Oh, well, too bad. Like, you should have thought about that before you did that, because now you are working on your wish fulfillment. Okay. This is a very like mixed like reading, because it's supposed to be about your career, but your relationship, your personal relationships are affecting your career. So I'm going to draw a couple more cards just to kind of see um, where you're at with all that. I feel like, so let's see, Two of Swords. Maybe I should just, for the sake, because it's only been talking for 15 minutes. Now I'll just end it now, but I don't want to. So I'm gonna keep going. But the Two of Swords, I feel like is, um, maybe what you can do is, like, I feel like because your person, hold on a second. All right, so because I feel like your um personal situation is affecting your career situation, I feel like I'm just going to draw you three extra cards just to like kind of, because that was a very quick, precise reading, which is not a problem, but I just feel like there is a deadly problem spread. So I don't know. I just feel like it's important to read it. So your situation here is this is more in depth of how to deal with that um, X that is causing you problems with your career. So the thing with that here, I would say, is the Hierophant card. Okay, this is gonna help you with that. It's almost like she's like putting up her finger and being like, no, no, sir. Like, I'm not gonna deal with you today. And there is like the symbol of Taurus here too with the two keys. So I'm going to see here what this Hierophant has to say about dealing with your ex when it comes to your career. Um, if they're affecting it, which it looks like they are affecting it. Because it's easier said than done when you want to like ghost or block someone. So let's see, what do we got here for the Hierophant? Okay, so the Hierophant is the archetype of the teacher. The answers you seek stand before you. The shadow which departs from the valley of fire, she spies a book upon her path. She picks up the tome and flips through its sweet musky pages. Another strewn book catches her attention. This book leads to another book. Before she knows it, like a trail of breadcrumbs, the books lead her to an animated anthropomorphic tree. Trees are wise teachers to those who stop, look, and listen. The Hierophant tree stands as the external symbol form, a doorway to religion and assorted dogmas. All religious and spiritual teachings come from the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the shaman, medicine woman, priest, guru, and yogi who passes an historic information to students and disciples. This card reflects the relationship between mentor and student. It is giving and taking, the pursuit of knowledge, and the systematic course of study. Crossed keys bearing the Darkwood's initials reflect the unlocking of knowledge. A teacher encourages the student to uncover what they have always known deep inside. The two turtles in the water are the connection to natural history. The snake is Kundalini power. Oh yeah, the Kundalini power. Yes, that's like has to do with the sacral chakra, I believe. The Hierophant makes a sign of benediction and blessing with her right hand. Her left hand holds a scroll of ancient symbols, the historic gateway to a knowledge transcending language. Symbols speak directly to her unconscious. She is our attempt to explain and explore the ineffable. The Emperor provides order for the world. The Hierophant gives us a hint, an indication of the secret and mysteries that exist behind the structure of daily life. The passing on of a lineage and holy teachings, religious historic texts, and ritualistic implements, external spirituality, religious structures and institutions, belief systems that are instilled rather than experienced, societal norms and expectations, teachers and students, mentorship, the sharing of information. What lesson are you learning? The shadow stuff here is groupthink, crowd mentality, the expectation that you will go along with the status quo, signing up for a system of beliefs that don't make sense to you, teachers obsessed with exercising authority instead of empowering students, thinking your way is the only way, speaking when you should listen, using personal spirituality as an excuse to degrade others. Yeah, so that's kind of where you're at, though, I think, is like with your ex affecting your career, is like you're not learning anything by going in the past and trying to make sense of on what happened between you and your ex. I feel like you kind of already know, and I feel like you kind of already made sense of it. So now there's no point in going back and forth with it. And now you have to learn something new. You have to learn like new set of skills. You have to learn new teachings, and you have to go. You can't just expect that not learning new skills and not learning new traits and not teaching yourself new things isn't is like you can't just stop learning. You can't just stop evolving. You can't just abandon your ability to think for yourself, and you can't like ignore your own logic and reasoning, especially when it's a thing that's been like keeping you alive and keeping you like surviving and for your own personal growth. Um, Other people and others ideas of that are not that aren't matching the same system of beliefs that you have are it's gonna cause conflict. It's gonna cause distraction. So that's the situation you're dealing with though, is like your ex is somebody who reminds you of like your past beliefs and your past system that they believed in and that they were like basically enforcing on you. But then through time with that person, you learned that those ideals and those beliefs they don't work for you. That's how it keeps you alive. That doesn't give you passion to live. I mean, it's not even just survival. It's like living. It's like enjoying actual life. So it's not to be harsh and say like, well, those belief systems are what keep that person alive and keep them going. Um, but it's just not what keeps you going. It's not what drives you. So that's kind of where you're at right now. Like, and you kind of woken up and realized that, okay? So for you to move forward, okay, your deadly problem is this Three of Swords, okay? So again, using your magical gift of, being able to reharmonize and balance yourself is going to be this Six of Cup. Mothering and nurturing yourself is going to be really what is key here. Tapping into your own like wise, nurturing, motherly, feminine energy. So, that's, easier said than done, but it is possible. And the Hierophant is reminding you, like, if you are feeling like you can't nurture or love or mother yourself, find people who also share in the same loving, nurturing tactics and methods as you that actually help you. Don't settle for people who don't help you and don't make you feel loved and nurtured. And your deadly problem, obviously, like the Three of Swords here, feeling betrayed, feeling hurt, brokenhearted, wounded, terrible breakup, terrible traumatizing, humiliation, that sort of energy, is your deadly problem. Um, let's see. Three of Swords. Okay, so heart opener. Yeah, I feel like you give so much, like you wear your heart on a sleeve. You're very caring, you're very loving, nurturing person. But when you open your heart to people and you really try your hardest to show you care and love someone and they don't reciprocate those feelings, that's rejection, and that hurts and that stings. But you also have to remember you can't sacrifice your ideals and your um, way of life just to appease somebody else. And I feel like that does cause a problem. It's like when you're giving, and nothing is being reciprocated, nothing is given being back in return. It's very disheartening. It's very painful and sad. Okay, so heart opener. A spider web holds a human heart. The web is spun within the roots of a massive overturned tree. Three different swords pierce the heart with razor sharp precision. A furry tarantula sits to the side, observing the heart. Will the heart be devoured? Have you ever observed the nature of your own heart? The Three of Swords, emblematic of the mind, reflect logical, creative ideas in conflict with the sensitivity of the heart. A heart is soft and spongy, red and veiny. The veins branch off like spiny tree roots. It is the true nature of love growing, sprouting, and evolving. This card is the wound that lets in the light. Extreme beauty is a painful and extreme loss is as painful as extreme loss. Agony and ecstasy open us wider than we thought possible. The deeper the feeling, the richer the experience. Be brave. Experience shows you what it means to be alive. To imprison love is to lose its essence. Allow the Three of Swords to break your heart wide open. Exactly. You could be like the victim mentality. You could be the, oh, this person broke up with me, or, they hurt me. And you could carry that wound with you for a very long time and not ever open your heart up again. But I would not advise that. And because it's your career we're talking about, if you don't, you're not opening your heart up to like falling in love and getting married or whatever. This is just your career we're talking about. Okay. So, I guess that's really kind of like where the problem always is, right? Is like, how do I, advance my career? How do I advance my, um, you know, professional life, so to speak, when this very personal, horrible thing has just left me like super depressed? Like, I don't even want to get out of bed in the morning and go to work. I don't even want to pursue my dreams and goals. That's really hard, but you have to think like, I'm going to love myself today. I'm going to be obsessed with myself today. Like, I'm going to be obsessed with advancing my career today in spite of these problems, because where my heart leads me, I'm going to follow that. Like Gilmore Girls, like the theme song to Gilmore Girls. Okay. Um, so, yeah, I would just say, it says here, disconnect or schism between the heart and the head. Yeah. Stop letting your heart tell you you can't keep going with your career just because you went through a terrible breakup. Your head is kind of like, you need to get up out of bed. You need to go do things. You need to be successful. But your heart is like, nope, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Don't change that. Change that dialogue with yourself. Okay, betrayal and loss, the stages of grief and heartache, a love triangle, a heartbreaking loss that leads to an emotional opening, a rough time, slicing through to the heart of the matter. It is natural to shield ourselves from pain. In our rush to avoid pain, we create systems, ideas, and entire lifestyles that may be out of line from the authenticity of who we are. Can you become truthful? Opening the heart hurts. It breaks us wide open. Beauty, love, extreme pain, and pleasure are nearly identical in the way they pierce us. Surrender to the present moment. Accept everything that is your life. Yeah, like, accept the pain, embrace the pain, turn it into something you can actually use towards your advantage in your life. You don't have to be like cut off from the rest of the world and be like an emotional drone zombie. You can use your emotions to do what you love to do, to advance your career. Especially from like an artistic point of view and a creative point of view. Use your pain, write about it, paint it, make a poem about it, talk about it, express it in some art form or shape or form of way. Like, if you see somebody who's going through a hard time, like, I can really relate to that. Let me offer you, some advice or a hug or a cup of coffee. Like, you can care and love and nurture somebody along the way. You can turn your pain into somebody else's pleasure, and not in like a romantic dating way either. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like in a career aspirational way. So, for instance, here's an example. This is like a personal story too. So, this is a perfect example. Your personal stuff advancing your career. Okay. How do you do that, right? So, I was going through a hard time, like financially in my life. And I was like, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to get out of this? Like, I'm sad, I'm depressed. I don't know how, like, I don't have the right skills to get more money and financially improve my life. You know what I did? I found a hierophant. I found a teacher. I found lessons in classes and videos and whatever it was that I could do. Business school, right? I went to business school. I was working a part-time dead-end job that was never going to pay me enough money ever. I was never going to advance ever unless I was there for like 400 years, which realistically, that's not going to work. So how can I advance myself? So, yeah, I took out a student loan and I took some business classes. And then I was like, I'm going to put that on my resume and look for a better, higher paying job. Did it always work out? No, because people, just don't appreciate things. But some do, some don't. Eventually I did find a job that did, I think, look and see me as a professional and see that I was really smart and, gave me that opportunity. Okay. But that's what I did. And that's kind of like how I used my sadness and my feelings. So that's how I like used my sadness and my feelings of depression of like, how do I ever advance myself financially? Oh, it's okay, sweetie. How do I ever advance myself financially if like nobody's just willingly going to invest in me? So I invested in myself. I took a system that, is broken, student debt, college loans, that's a broken ass system. But I used that system to my advantage. And then that made me feel better knowing that I have the skills now to make an advancement. And then I did make advancements. It wasn't always the exact advancement that I was hoping for, but it was something. And that was better than nothing. So that's what I'm saying is like, and the financial circumstances I was in was because of a personal relationship that did not work out and that I had invested into. So see how I took a non-professional relationship, a personal thing happening in my life that was causing me problems, and turned it into something that was career related. So there, you can do that. That's magic. That's magic right there. Okay, so here is your Seven of Cups card. Okay, and this is how you're going to hold on one second. So this is your solution, okay? Even though I just kind of described a solution, that might not necessarily be the solution. So here is the Seven of Cups solution for you. And you can see here, there's all these cups here with all these different choices and things to be made, okay? So, and she's looking up here at all these like little bats and stuff flying around. So let's take a look here at the Seven of Cups and see um, this is Seven of Cups. Okay, here we go. Vision quest. Ooh, you're going on a vision quest. That's your solution. The Shadow Witch stands in an empty clearing. Clearings in nature are metaphorical. They brim with future possibility. If you desire something, make room for it. She sends 7 bats into the sky to do her bidding. 7 cups contain secret gateways to magic. Each cup connects to a major arcana archetype. From the left, the cup of stars relates to the Empress and the star signs of the zodiac. The silver moon cup connects to the high priestess's lunar essence. The snake cup connects to the Rider Waite Smith Tarot's lover. The castle cup connects to the tower. The bejeweled cup connects to the wheel. The victory wreath connects to the world. And the dragon cup connects to the devil. Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's really interesting. So cup 1 equals Empress creativity. Cup 2 equals High Priestess intuition. Cup 3 equals Lover's passion. Cup 4 Tower disillusionment. Cup 5 Wheel of Fortune fortune. Cup 6 equals World integration. Cup 7 equals Devil temptation. Wow, that's like really important information for people who like tarot. Okay, all possibilities hang before you. Will you make a choice to enjoy languishing before the dazzling potentials? Anticipation, opportunities are ripe. Reach out, ask for help, go for it. Potential hangs before you like fat, ripe fruit on a tree. What will you select? Which option will you choose? All paths are inviting. There is no wrong answer. All lead toward the path of enrichment. Rewrite your story. Redefine who you are. Take action. Step boldly. Make the choice you've always desired. Fill in your blank spaces. The witch stands with her back to the reader. Do you turn your back on something important? Do you turn away from a situation requiring further attention? Do you define yourself by the exclusion of a person, place, or thing? And that's what I'm saying here is like, you have to take action. You have to step boldly and you have to redefine who you are. You have to make the choices you've always desired. You have to fill in the blank spaces. Like once you do that, once you start that process and start doing that, you're actually going to see your wealth and your finances and your career, all of it taking off. It's not all going to happen in the same freaking day. Maybe if you win the lottery, yeah. But you're retired, now you can rest. No, but like it's all going to happen over time and continuation of like doing things that are going to help you and taking steps forward to helping you. And I'm out of time, so I'm not going to break down all the different cups there, even though that would be really fun. But I'm just gonna say though, like, you can take the steps you need into um, making changes for yourself, little steps, taking a new class, like maybe this terrible breakup thing that happened to you in your personal life, or trauma that happened to you in your personal life, maybe that is now like unfolding into helping you further your career, because you've learned some really important personal lesson that you can apply to your career. Like maybe you're a relationship counselor and you've never really experienced a lot of trauma before, but you work with people who have, and you're not able to connect with them, and you're like questioning your career, but now this traumatic thing happened and now you're able to like help people more on emotionally level, and you're like, wow, I'm not second guessing my career now. Like, I don't know, like that's a very specific thing that sounds like the plot to it, some kind of movie or something, or book. But I'm just saying, like, you can see yourself and your potential as it evolves over time. You don't have to say like, oh, because this personal horrible thing that happened to me, I have to just quit. I have to just give up on myself. I am not worthy of what I believe I'm worthy of. Like a terrible breakup is a perfect example, because you might have envisioned and daydreamed about what that life would have been like, and then all of a sudden it was ripped away and torn away from you. And now you're like devastated. You're like, what did I do wrong? Why did I deserve this? You didn't deserve it, and you didn't do anything wrong. It just wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to work out that way with that specific person. There's other people in the world. There's other pathways. And I know if this is really recent, which it looks like it is really recent, it's not going to matter, and it's going to just be sit with you for a while. Let it sit with you. Let it resonate with you. And over time, you can start to see all the different things that are going to start to make sense. And in the meantime, your temperance card and your angel of comfort are here to remind you, like, you are not alone, and you're going to be emotionally fulfilled again. You are going to have comfort again. You're going to have that warm hug, embrace again. You just have to give it time and wait, because you have had to deal with a lot of other things and distractions and things that were meant to be for a reason. But you will get back to that comfort again. You will get back to that feeling of security again with yourself, because anybody will tell you whenever they're going through a rough time in their personal life, they're not feeling comforted, they're not feeling safe, they're not feeling secure. So you're gonna feel secure. You will, and it's showing up in your cards that you're going to get to this Seven of Cups place again. But you can't turn your back on it. You can't turn your back on making the choices that you've always desired. You can't turn your back on rewriting your own story. Your story can be like, I gave it my all. I gotta do relationship readings. Okay. You know what? End of career reading. But basically, you're not alone. And I just have to say, like, if you invest your time and energy into any type of relationship, personal or romantic, there's always some benefit for you. There's always knowing that you played the role of that investor, that even if it wasn't necessarily about money, or wasn't necessarily about you know romance, it was about your time and your energy. And you can still apply that to your future, and you can still keep giving, and you can still keep receiving. It doesn't just end with one breakup or two or three or four or even 100 breakups. You just keep going, and you keep learning and keep realizing, like, this isn't the end, this is just the beginning. And it's the beginning of a new start to a whole new chapter, or a whole new book in this case, I would say. But anyways, love and light to you always. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my videos. Thank you so much. Bye.